Thank you, Mr. President, for the opportunity to contribute to this debate. I rise as Dr. Ndoma-Egba representing Cross River Central. Mr. President, I have a problem with this motion. And the problem is simply this. The motion assumes that the police has only one problem, and that problem is funding. The problem of the police goes far beyond funding. It is structural. You have the issue of attitude. You have the issue of mindset. You have the issue of morale. The Police Act, in fact, our police has its origins, both in creation and in mentality, in our colonial past. The mentality of the police is still rooted in our colonial history. So it is, no matter how much money you bring, it is not going to change the mentality and the mindset of the police. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, one of the most topical issues in Nigeria today is whether or not we should have a single central police formation. There are those who believe that Nigeria needs a single central police institution. There are those of us who also believe that the idea of a single central police formation is inconsistent with federalism. It's totally inconsistent with the notion of federalism. And I will just try to elaborate a little. Mr. President, we have what we call state offenses and federal offenses. A man in a small village in Cross River commits a state offense. He is arrested by a federal police and taken to a state court where he is tried and convicted and sent back to a federal prison. This is totally inconsistent with federalism. So for me, I think that the opportunity this motion provides is the opportunity for us to once again debate the issue of the structure of our police. Should we have one single central police, or states should be allowed to create their own police forces? In the United States, Mr. President, even institutions, schools have their own police formations. I don't know who the Inspector General of Police of the United States is. There is no such person. There is no such person. Eric. So we must go back to that fundamental question of the structure of the police force. So for me, my position is that I support this motion only to the extent that it provides us an opportunity to discuss the fundamental issue of the structure of policing in Nigeria. So I think that to suggest that the problem of the police is simply funding is to oversimplify the problem of the Nigerian police. So I support this motion with very, very grave reservations. Thank you, Mr. President.